The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey there, and thank you for joining us on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. This NBA season didn't take long to get interesting, but these two gentlemen have always captured our interest. Say hello to Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Hello, Kenny.
Hey, how are you?
Hello, Shaq. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Detroit Pistons going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. For the Timberwolves, it's been a difficult part of the season. It's been tough sledding. The losses mounting. They're simply not playing up to capacity. How to fix it is the question. Well, we're just getting started with the Stan Van Gundy rebuild in Detroit. He's got full control and will start to build the roster to his liking. Shaq, you played for him for a while. How do you see him shaking things up in Detroit?
You know, he's a pretty good X and O man, very focused guy. So he's going to focus on players who can hit the three and spread the floor on offense. He'll also look to get players who are solid defensively. I just hope they can keep up with the "come on, get back on defense, what are you doing?"
Oh, that's Van Gundy. I thought he was in the building, man. You're a great imitator of people, man. But, you know, he had a lot of success with one big man down in Orlando with that spread offense.
Don't you say it.
Okay, with Dwight Howard. Not Superman, but the ingredients are there for Detroit. And they, you know, drafted the young kid, Stanley Johnson, so we'll see what happens.
That is all the time we have right now. But we will be back later, I promise.
Come on, Ernie.
The crowd is assembled here at the Target Center in Minneapolis, looking for the Timberwolves to have a victory here on their home floor. And we've got it for you live, right here on 2K Sports. The Pistons coming to town, hoping to notch this one here in this one-game road trip. And it's the Pistons to start out. And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Marcus Morris is out there with Harris. And it's Drummond in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Rubio with it. Pass to Wiggins. The baseline jam. Rebound Andre Drummond. Very strong start to the career last year of Andrew Wiggins out of Kansas. Just 1 year with the Jayhawks. Came out strong early on, and Clarkie never slowed down.
Yeah, found his stride early and just kept strutting his stuff right to the tune of Rookie of the Year.
Now let's send it down to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with Stan Van Gundy.
Kevin, speaking to him about their game plan, he said it was all about taking care of the ball and not forcing anything. He said the one team that beats us more than any other is ourselves. If we get sloppy on offense, then it'll be a very tough game for us to win. It's something I stressed to them before the game. Let's see if they heard the message, guys.
Good report, Doris. Well said. Thanks. An interesting thing to address before the game.
Yeah, and clearly the coach has been hammering home the point to his guys that good shot selection is absolutely key.
And I don't think you can ever overemphasize that point. I mean, intelligent basketball is about being selective with your shots. And I think that's what will win the game for him. Whoa, that'll wake you up.
Is he an athlete or what?
No doubt about it. It's almost as if he lives in the air, and dunks like that have become quite commonplace.
Here's Caldwell Pope. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Cleveland.
And not just the scoring. It was also how fierce he was on defense, grabbing 3 steals on the night as well.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
Minnesota comes into this one following a loss to the Magic in Orlando.
The inability to make threes in that game, because they took a lot of them, I think, is why they ended up on the short end of the stick.
Yeah, they did take a bunch of them. Sometimes you can make up for poor three-point shooting with a strong inside game, but their inside game just wasn't strong enough.
Jackson misses.
And that's a well-contested shot.
Well, we've seen him before. He does not allow you to just get easy baskets. He's always going to make you work for it.
Now here's Jackson. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Here's Levine, covered by Morris. And it's Rubio penetrating. Here's Towns. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Karl Anthony Towns didn't come into the previous year as the most highly touted prospect, Clark, but his play last year at Kentucky would change that.
No question about it. People knew he was going to be good, Kevin, but few saw him being this good. He showed he could do a little bit of everything as a Kentucky big.
The free throw drops for Towns.
And guys, with Towns, he is so valuable in every aspect of the game. Really great at both ends of the floor. His defense is as strong as it gets for a first-year player.
Second free throw, no good.
And perhaps the biggest plus about Towns is his upside. I mean, he's shown that he can make big strides in his level of play. Already good at shooting from outside and can play either post spot, too.
Here's Jackson following the bucket by the Timberwolves.
I see him.
Kicks it to Drummond. The jump hook, it's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And Rubio kicks to Wiggins. Pass to Levine. Will not go. This is off the front iron. The Pistons have gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. Here's Caldwell Pope. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And guys, you know, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, this guy screams potential at you. I mean, perfect size and length and speed for a 2-guard. He plays both ends. Right now, it's all about consistency for him.
On the topic of Caldwell-Pope, he's the kind of guy who needs a year to feel his way around. In college, Greg, you may recall he showed dramatic improvement between years 1 and 2. The same thing has been true in the pros.
Yeah, and he has everything going for him. I mean, excellent outside shot, tremendous defensive tools. He just needs to add some strength and stay in attack mode to reach the next level in his development.
And Caldwell-Pope drops them both. They might be named after a car part, but the Pistons had a rough go of things on the road, Clark. They just had to use it. They just couldn't stay consistent away from home.
They couldn't. Only won 14 road games, and that number is not enough to get you to the playoffs.
Finished off the break. Caldwell-Pope's got 9 points.
Tell you what, he's 3 or 4 now. Looks like his game's on offensively.
Here's Levine. 11 points for him in that last game against Orlando. They set the screen. Passes to Towns. 6 to shoot. And that one's good.
And guys, for the Pistons' bad road record, a lot of it was due to their poor start on the road. Only managed to win 1 of their first 9 games, and that tends to take the confidence away from a young team.
Towns with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it. Kept alive. Another shot. And he lays it up and in. Wiggins has got his second bucket of the night.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him. You know, the last thing I'll say about the Pistons on the road, typically you have to be close to 500 on the road in order to make the playoffs. The Pistons won 7 in a row at one point on the road, but by then they had fallen too far back.
Timberwolves trail. Down it goes. His third basket. He's now 3 for 4. And, well, Detroit shooting 36% in this first quarter, trying to get their bearings. There's the screen. Drummond sets the screen for Jackson. To the inside. And it's Drummond missing.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job setting the screen by his teammate there. And I'm sure he appreciated it.
Now, here's Wiggins. Coming off 31 points last game. Towns, no luck.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Minnesota making some changes. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Jen. Adrian Payne comes in for Towns. And Shabazz Muhammad subbed in for Levine. Detroit with the ball. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
Yeah, they were able to keep it close for the most part, but you could just tell they were not in sync as a unit.
Greg, you're exactly right. It couldn't have been worse, in my opinion. They didn't look fresh at any point in the game. Just seemed to be flat and listless, no spark.
Now here's Payne. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
Jones checked in for Ricky Rubio. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Timberwolves?
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
It's now been a decade since the Minnesota Timberwolves played postseason basketball. Last trip to the postseason for the Wolves back in 2004.
Wow, that was a long time ago. And if you're wondering, that is the longest playoff drought in the league currently. Wolves want nothing more than to get back to playing playoff basketball, and featuring the #1 pick in last year's draft will help.
Good way to start, you're right. And now the first time out called here for Detroit.
And, you know, even though the Wolves have been out of the playoffs so long, you get the sense it won't be too much longer. They've got a really nice core to build around, and I think could be special, especially Andrew Wiggins.
Pistons trail by 3.
And as you mentioned, the Wolves could be back in the playoffs in due time. They are headed in the right direction. Some mistakes have been made along the way, but you have to like their future now.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
Smith against Jones. To the middle. Here's Muhammad. Feeds to Payne. Wiggins from outside. Shot no good. Smith with the defensive effort.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg. They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Jones kicks to Pekovic. Now here's Muhammad. He's guarded by Johnson. Payne passes to Muhammad. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. Well, there was a time when the media had written off Shabazz Muhammad as an impact player we showed last year. He belongs in this NBA.
Yeah, certainly did. I mean, he improved in every facet of the game, and sometimes we tend to write guys off a little too soon, Kevin. The media in general, not you in particular. He's been a big-time performer for the Wolves.
Roof shot.
And the first one drops.
And for Muhammad, it's weird that so many fans had given up on a player just after his rookie season. I mean, he's vindicated anyone who stuck with him after his slow rookie start.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
And for Muhammad, a lot of it had to do with the hype he got in college, coupled with his age situation. So when he struggled, people were too quick to write him off. But he has showed he can ball.
And here's Jones, following the three-pointer by Stanley Johnson. Now here's Pekovic. Defense is right there.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Kicks it out to Johnson. The feed to Bullock. It's stolen by Jones. And here comes the break. And he lobs it up toward the rim, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Pushing it up. Here's Lure, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Yeah, so much emotion is going to go through his head tonight in this one. I mean, playing in your hometown can be a bit of a nerve-wracking experience. But after that initial few possessions, I guarantee you he'll settle in and play how he normally does. So he'll be noticing the cheering section of his friends and family that'll be going crazy with each score.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want. And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Kevin Garnett is checked in for the Timberwolves. Now here's Muhammad. He's guarded by Johnson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Jones for 3, and that one's good. Jones has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Smith outside. They set the pick. The pass to Bullock. Johnson dishes to Lewis. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. It's on Kevin Garnett. Just a bit of an up and down year for the Pistons last season. Had some long winning streaks and some long losing streaks for first-year head coach Stan Van Gundy.
Yeah, Kevin, some would say it was addition by subtraction because they really went on that big run after they released Josh Smith. 7 straight wins for them at one point, and they also did have some giant losses.
That one is off.
And, you know, those giant lulls were a big part of the Pistons' season. I mean, their biggest losing streak was 13 straight losses, and a lot of that you attribute to their defense.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time.
And the Pistons also went into a slump after they traded for Reggie Jackson. 1-9 after the trade deadline. That they would end the season on a better note, but truly they were streaky last season.
Now here's Wiggins. He's got 6. Johnson over to help. Here's Muhammad. Offline with his 3. Detroit with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. The drive by Smith. Johnson in the corner. Here's Lure. Muhammad covering. And Lure kicks to Smith. High post try. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Well, he surprised me with that move, but he just couldn't capitalize.
Jones against Smith. Garnett kicks to Jones. And that one's good. Jones has got 5 points so far.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
And guys, KG is so loved and has given so much to the area of Minneapolis, St. Paul, the state of Minnesota. He really, Clark, views it as his home.
And Kevin, you started with him there in Minnesota when he got underway in the league. Fans love having him there and involved with the franchise again for sure.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
And you know, for Garnett, after his playing days are over, I gotta believe he's going to be looking to take some ownership in this Wolves organization. He is a beloved figure here in Minneapolis.
There's 1:34 left to play in the first quarter. Now here is Smith. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Here's Bullock. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Bullock's got 5 points so far.
And if KG did become a shareholder in the Wolves, it would be wild. I mean, could you imagine how intimidating contract negotiations would be with him sitting across the table?
And it's Wiggins missing.
That's a shot you've got to take if you're looking for the three-pointer. I mean, the defense was nowhere around.
Johnson, a wide open look. A three-pointer, no good. Timberwolves trail by 5. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Now, here is Smith. There's a screen. He feeds it to Lewis. Wide open. Good. And the Pistons lead by 5. Minnesota's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Dishes it to Muhammad. Back to Wiggins. He kicks it to Muhammad. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Jones. No good on the 3. Here's Bullock from deep three-point range. And that does it for the first quarter. It's Detroit up by 5. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. The second quarter beginning in just a moment. And guys, what's your take on the Pistons so far?
I just think that from an intensity standpoint, their defense has really been the key. It's been the catalyst as they've been able to disrupt their opponent's offense.
Absolutely. I mean, they've been much more intense defensively. And their defense not only has been intense, but it's been swarming and saran wrap-like.
Timberwolves trail by 5. And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And Detroit, looking at who they've got. Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Harris is out there with Marcus Morris. And it's Drummond in at the 5 down low. Detroit's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Morris. Shot is off. Good D by Rubio. Timberwolves shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Jang, a screen. Payne gets a wide open look. He nails it. We're tied up. Payne's got 6.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Here's Caldwell Pope. An easy 2 points on the layup. 11 points in the game.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
Well, we know prior to last season, the Pistons handed the car keys over to Stan Van Gundy. He had some early hiccups, but overall, I think they're headed in the right direction. He's a proven winning coach in the NBA.
Here's Harris. Here's Jackson, rejected by Payne. Rubio against Harris. And there's another one for the Timberwolves. Well, with Coach Stan Van Gundy, it was a very successful first year in Detroit. He's a guy who's going to build around defense. That's been his MO.
And Van Gundy has always been a defensive first type guy, Kevin. I mean, the last 2 years he has probably the best defensive efficiency for a career as a coach. And his teams always play with great emphasis on that side of the ball.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Towns is checked in. Two minutes now played in the second quarter. Caldwell Pope kicks to Drummond, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Here's Levine. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game.
And how about the numbers here for Ricky Rubio? 13th in steals, and he's in the top 20 in assists per game. His talent for creating easy buckets for his teammates, such an asset.
And as we've been seeing, I mean, he's a difficult defender to bring the ball up against. Quick feet and quick hands.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Towns. And Towns drops them both. Last season for the Timberwolves, it was a struggle most of the season. Young teams tend to do that, but they didn't have, unfortunately, Greg, much luck at home.
You know, they basically limped their way to a league-worst 9-32 record at home. Part of taking your lumps as a young team. Let's see how they respond this season.
Here's Rubio. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws. You know, not everything was bad for the Wolves at home. I mean, they did have several highlight reel plays and also found their way to the foul line a lot. Biggest free throw differential at home in the league last season.
And really, the problem for the Wolves at home is the same problem they had all season. I mean, their defense was atrocious. Worst field goal percentage against at home in the entire league last season.
So he gets them both.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Rubio against Jackson. Morris into the lane. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got his 3rd assist on the night. The Timberwolves have got a nice 3 of 3 to start this up. They double in with Drummond. Towns, the pass to Muhammad. Another miss by Minnesota. Detroit's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense.
And guys, when you go to look for holes in the game of Tobias Harris, there really aren't any. One of the hardest workers in our league. If he has any weakness at all, it's his average size speed combo, which most likely will keep him from becoming the perennial all-star type.
The free throw drops for Jackson. On the topic of Tobias Harris, you love that he can contribute in every category of play. He's a solid face-up shooter. Clark, he's getting better with his back to the basket. You can see movement forward all the time.
I love what this young man has shown thus far. You mentioned those things he does. He'll also rebound for you, get loose balls. He does the little things. He understands what it takes to win. The consummate pro and team player. Well, he could have earned some style points there, but he really doesn't need to use the fadeaway when he's that wide open.
Rubio against Jackson. Here's Muhammad. The rebound by Caldwell Pope.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket. He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
And it's Payne in the corner. The Timberwolves again can't hit. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. They grab their own miss. Here's Caldwell Pope. Got a piece of it. And Muhammad kicks the ball.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep. Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. And Detroit has possession after the basket by Minnesota. Morris outside, clock at 6. In the corner, Drummond with it. Here's Caldwell Pope. Second chance effort, and there's the nice layup by Drummond. Drummond's got 4 points in the quarter.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now here's Towns. 5 points in the game. Back to Rubio. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Levine can't hit.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Scooped up. And that one's good. Drummond.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backboard.
Well, it's paid off with a greater rate of second chance oops. I mean, great effort to build this lead on their part.
And Rubio kicks to Levine. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got 3 assists in the game. Pistons leading by 3. And here's Jackson. There's the dish to Harris. With the teardrop, no good. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. And this is their first time matched up with the Pistons this year.
And one of the few bright spots of their last season was sweeping the season series in this matchup.
Yeah, for sure. Neither team a big-time contender in their respective conferences, Greg, but when the teams are fairly evenly matched, it can still be entertaining basketball.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Kevin Garnett is checked in for Payne, and Andrew Wiggins is subbed in for Shabazz Muhammad. Minnesota calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Minnesota making a switch here. Jones is checked in. Garnett left side. And Rubio kicks to Jones. Just 5 to shoot. It's picked off. Bullock, good. Bullock's got 7. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Pistons.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
It's good, and the Piston lead is cut back down to 3 points with the bucket from Andrew Wiggins. Detroit's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Smith kicks to Lewis. They set the pick to the paint, off the pick. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Now Jones. He's got 5. Screen by Jones. Here's Rubio. Wiggins, right side. And the dunk by Towns.
And he's just going all out to get the second chance points. Just a terrific finish.
There was no one that was going to prevent him, GA, from converting that one.
Well, clearly this is the kind of game that could come down to 1 or 2 plays, and he wants to be the guy to make those plays.
Smith dishes to Lure. And now Rubio pushing it up. No one back to stop him, and it's Wiggins with the jam.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence would turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
And the basket by Rubio. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Here's Lure. Kevin Garnett with the steal. To the middle. And Wiggins throws it down.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Here's Smith after the basket by Minnesota. Here's Marjanovic. They can't stop the run with that one. Detroit had a hard time making shots consistently last season. Clark, not a good shooting team from the floor. And, of course, that's in this league, it's going to kill you.
Yeah, it really will. I mean, at one point last year, Kevin, 3 of their 5 starters were in the bottom 10 in terms of player field goal percentage. I mean, hard to win any game that way.
It's good, the assist that time from Smith.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates. And the Pistons would finish in the bottom 3 in terms of team shooting last year. But for the most part, their shooting did improve over the course of the season.
Minnesota calls timeout.
And, you know, for the Pistons, they really had nowhere to go but up. I mean, shooting under 43% as a team is more than worrisome. I mean, it's something they'll have to drastically improve going forward.
He's checked in for time. Minnesota's gone 104 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for that. Rubio, the pass to Jones. And a miss there on the triple. The Pistons trailing. Smith on the wing, defended by Jones. Garnett comes over to help. The Pistons working the ball around now. Shot clock at 6. Smith against Jones. Garnett grabs the board. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, it makes it tough for the defense to chase that ball around when it moves that crisply all over the court.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively. No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
And let's take a quick look at the point guards this year, racking up the most steals per game. Well, you look at Jackson, such quick hands, second in the NBA. And, of course, Ricky Rubio, down a few spots.
And And not only are these players tremendous at picking a ball handler's pocket, but as terrific point guards, they also know how to jump into passing lanes and get a steal or deflection that way as well.
For sure. I mean, they wreak havoc defensively in all kinds of ways. On the ball, off the ball, in transition. Boy, this group is the complete package at both ends of the floor.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. Andrew Wiggins really making a difference here.
He's definitely rolling offensively. You might not be able to stop him, but you've got to find a way to contain him.
Nikola Pekovic is checked in for the Timberwolves. Smith inside, working on Jones, and stolen by Pekovic. Minnesota in the lead. Jones with it. Now Smith defending. And Pekovic throws it down.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down. And guys, for Nikola Pekovic, the NBA scouts said he needed work on his shot coming in, yet he's money from mid-range at times, especially at the charity stripe. One of the best free throw shooting bigs we have in our league.
Here's Smith. Johnson outside. Screen by Smith. Here's Marjanovic, covered by Wiggins. Here's Marjanovic. Pocket 6. Baseline jumper. Not enough on that one as it misses.
And good defense there to play up and get a hand in the face.
Well, he's got a tough mindset. He's confident as a defender. And when you combine those two things, it makes it real hard to score on him.
Johnson outside. Smith with a screen on Wiggins. Takes the three. Count that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Bullock.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Johnson kicks to Bullock, and the officials call a traveling violation.
And sometimes you think maybe they're just getting a little too comfortable with the lead, maybe a bit too casual this quarter.
Yeah, and I think they also lost their composure, and you see it in the turnovers they've committed.
Zach LaVine's checked in for Ricky Rubio. Minnesota leading by 4. Kicks to Pekovic. And it's sent back by Drummond. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. And he gets it to go.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and you can see right there why he does.
Jones, that's for 2, and that's not going to go. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Timberwolves lead by 2. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, I'm here with Ricky Rubio. And Ricky, you guys had a tough battle on your hands tonight. What do you think the adjustments are that you might make for the second half?
We got a lot of turnovers, we got a lot of layups, and that can happen. We have to take care of the ball.
Taking care of the ball, always crucial, Ricky. Thank you. Kevin?
Thanks, Doris. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter started.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And an exhilarating first half, to be sure. Welcome back. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be breaking down all the action for you. Andrew Wiggins led the way in the first half. He had 16 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. And Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
Well, they're playing some unselfish basketball here tonight, Ernie. Guys aren't trying to take the defense 1-on-5. They're moving the basketball and finding the open man. And then, of course, the open man is finishing, so no problem here tonight.
Chet, what'd you think about the Pistons?
Well, I thought the one bright spot was the effort on the glass. Several times when momentum was sliding, getting a timely rebound really lifted them. The strong work on the glass is key because that's how you string together a series of big stops.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. You look at Andrew Wiggins in this game, he's been everywhere.
Just in attack mode, he was able to get in the lane at will in that first half.
Yeah, it really was aggressive attacking basketball at its finest. I mean, really a lot of fun to watch.
Rubio and Levine teaming up in the backcourt. Wiggins outside at the 3 with Anthony Towns at the 4, and it's Jang in at the center position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
Now Rubio following Tobias Harris's three-point attempt.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
The Timberwolves shooting at 50% in a decent groove. Jang a screen. There's the pick. There's Levine. When foul called as he misses, he'll go to the line and shoot 2. That's on Reggie Jackson.
Hey, for Zach LaVine, the dunk contest last season was his coming out party to the world. He put on a show that everybody in the NBA was buzzing about.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. And for Levine and his dunking, if you saw him in college or last season, you knew he was a very special player in the air.
Well, Levine can be one of the great all-time dunkers with his height and ability to lift off. He gets airborne so effortlessly that there are few that can match his power and finesse once he's airborne.
He doesn't get the second one.
Hey guys, for Zach LaVine, once he finally got comfortable last season, boy, did he heat up. He shot 42% over his rookie year, but 47% over the last month. And I think that gave him a lot of confidence as he's entering into year 2.
Now here's Towns, following the missed shot by Tobias Harris. Here's Wiggins. Can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Morris. Pistons trail by 3. Harris dishes to Jackson. It's Morris atop the key. Pass to Harris. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pulls up. And it comes off the front of the rim. You know, as Greg was talking about, Levine was a lights-out shooter at times in college. He would go on these binges, falling back Clark from 25 feet and draining it. I mean, unreal shots.
Well, it looks good when they're going down, but he also can bend, shoot you out of a game. So you pick your poison.
No coverage that time. Levine's got 9. The Pistons have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Jackson passes to Caldwell Pope. He dishes it to Harris. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper.
And those are 2 teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Now, here's Rubio. He's got 6, passes it to Levine, and it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope with the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Muhammad, he's checked in for Minnesota. To the wing on the left, Towns. off the iron that time.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Here's Drummond. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Towns has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's Levine, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Levine's got 11.
Yeah, excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Jackson kicks to Morris. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Morris has got his second bucket of the night. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Rubio with him. He's got 6, and Muhammad has it in the corner. Here's Tang, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
And he gets it to go. And that's now 10 points for Andre Drummond.
Yeah, you're making things far too easy for him when you let him get it that deep.
I echo that. Ditto. I mean, you've got to do your work early to try to keep him out of the post. Fight him a little bit. Keep him away from that spot he wants.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Feeds it to Morris. And stolen by Jang. And here we go. Muhammad heading to the hoop. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
Now here's Jackson. Morris outside. And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That's foul number 2 for him. Some changes for Minnesota. Kevin Garnett is checked in for Gorgie Dang. And it's Payne in for Towns. Johnson, he's checked in for Detroit. Johnson to screen. And Drummond kicks to Caldwell Pope. Back to Drummond. And he steps it. What a pass to set him up.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
And last season, really a tale of 2 halves for the Wolves. When Ricky Rubio returned from injury, they just looked so much more in sync as a team.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Jackson made some noise about wanting a big contract to be moved last year. Ultimately, he was traded to Detroit.
Yep, Kevin traded from the Thunder to the Pistons, and it actually happened on deadline day.
And if you go back, remember Jackson struggled with the Pistons last year as well. So the team went on a losing streak as soon as he got there.
That's good from Jackson.
And Jackson will look for a fresh start this season. I mean, hard to play with all the drama and questions going in your head about pending free agency.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Jones is checked in. Jackson hits both of them.
And for Reggie Jackson, the league is going the right way in terms of his skill set. Everyone loves the guard who can shoot well enough to bust the zone, as well as make plays for others and at the rim. And Jackson is that guy.
Here's Jackson. He's got 5. To the paint, Kevin Garnett with the steal. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And Muhammad throws it down.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
No, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now, they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life.
And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. And back to Jackson. He really took on the playmaker role after being traded to the Pistons. As a Detroit player, he averaged over 9 assists a game, Clark, which would have put him 4th overall in the league and have been for a full campaign.
Loved his aggressiveness, which led to opportunities for his teammates, but it also led to turnovers. That part of his game, he's got to tighten up.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Lure comes in for Andre Drummond, and it's Ish Smith in for Reggie Jackson. Now, here is Smith, just 5 on the clock. Shot off the screen, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Well, last season, the Pistons didn't reach the playoffs for the 6th consecutive season. They're making progress, but as we can all see, still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you know, they were spoiled for a while there. How about going to the playoffs from 1996 to 2009? So it's been a rough stretch here of late. But you get the feeling that the building blocks are in place for another push.
He hits the second from the line.
And I bet most people forget that the Pistons did make the playoffs for 8 straight years before this current drought. It's been a long rebuild process for them recently, but I think they're making progress and moving in the right direction.
Now here's Garnett. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Jones, no luck. Pistons trail by 4. Now here is Smith. The feed now to Bullock. There's Marjanovic. They set the screen. Smith drives in. Payne with the block. Here's Levine. He's got 11. And here's Jones. To the middle. Got a piece of it. Garnett dishes to Muhammad. Jones hits for 2. Fast break. Here we go. Here's Bullock. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Bullock's got 12 in the game.
And for the Pistons, they seem to have a direction and plan now that just wasn't the case before. It won't be easy to get back into the postseason, but I really feel like they are on the right path.
Payne passes to Levine. And yes, sir, that one drops. Levine's got 7 points for the quarter. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Timberwolves.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
You know, adding on to that, you look at their block totals tonight, and you see how feisty they've been on the defensive end this game.
Timberwolves leading by 4. Now Smith. Inside. Here's Lure. Smith trying to break loose. And Lure gets it to go. Lure's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Yeah, saw some things that just weren't working for them and wants to make some adjustments.
Yeah, and no reason to wait around to do that, Greg. I mean, might as well make those adjustments right away.
Minnesota calls timeout.
Could it have been any other way? I mean, last season, KG returning to the Wolves. I mean, the entire city was buzzing for his return.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Pekovic is checked in. The Timberwolves have gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime, shooting 8 of 15. Kevin Garnett was once the star here and now is acting as the mentor for all these young Timberwolves players who won't let them slack even for a moment on or off the floor.
You know, it's that competitive fire that made KG so great, Kevin, and Minnesota made a savvy move, I think, to get him into the locker room and back on the squad.
Here's Bullock. He's got 12. And Lure gets it to go. Lure's got 5 points in the quarter.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
There's a good screen. To the left wing. Levine kicks to Muhammad. Smith drives in. To the inside. Lure. Rejected by Payne. And here we go. Muhammad heading to the hoop. Here's Levine. Rebound by the Pistons.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
The Timberwolves shooting 47% since getting things started in the third quarter. Jones kicks to Begovic. Payne with it. 6 points for him. Levine dishes to Jones. Tries from 10. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And, Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
I see.
Andrew Wiggins, he's checked in for Levine. And then for Detroit, Tobias Harris comes in for Johnson. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Reggie Bullock. That one misses for Jones.
And a lot of teams in the West can at least get a little bit of a breather when they go against the Eastern team. The Wolves didn't have that last year. They got pummeled by the entire conference.
Now here's Jones. 7 points in the game. It's stolen by Harris. We've got 1:55 left to play in the third. And it's blocked. Inside. And Wiggins throws it down hard.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented. For plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did.
I tell you what, though, great dunk, and this is even a better game we got going on right now.
And that replay is sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. For Detroit, they have gone 6 of 9 at the line.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And this year, they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
Free throw good from Caldwell-Pope.
Checking out the game Kentavious Caldwell-Pope has had. He's got 16 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
You know what, though, Clark? It wouldn't be a bad idea going forward to try to let him do a little more damage from beyond the arc.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Jang, he's checked in for Payne. Rush comes in for Muhammad. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Jones.
The story in the first half was their low free throw percentage. They've corrected that here in the second half, and hopefully they can build on it as this game continues to progress.
It's deflected and stolen by Drummond. Plays it in off the breakaway. Drummond's got the game tied up here for the Pistons. Timberwolves shooting 51% from the field. They'll take that. Begovic with the screen for Rubio. Rush the pass to Wiggins. He feeds it to Begovic. Just 4 to shoot. Rush from outside.
That's some more rugged play from them inside. They have a decent edge in rebounds thus far.
And all that hard work on the boards needs to continue because that potentially may swing the game.
Minnesota's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. No good. Smith with the defensive effort. Detroit's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Here's Drummond.
Andre Drummond is a big guy. At the NBA Draft Combine, he measured 7 feet tall with a 7'7" wingspan. And he tipped the scales at 280 pounds. That's a super heavyweight, my friends.
Bielitsa, he's checked in for Brandon Rush. Detroit also making some changes. Morris is checked in for John Lure, and it's Jackson in for Smith. That misses, so he splits the free throws.
They're ahead, but if they don't get a stop here, that free throw could prove critical.
The drive by Rubio. It's Bielitsa. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
And if they're smart, they can hold it for the last shot.
To me, that's got to be the target. Make sure you manage the clock effectively so you do get the last shot.
Good work defensively by Morris. Jackson. Off target. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. The Pistons on top, up by 1. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good.
Stay laced in the best, well dressed with finesse in the white tee, looking for white meat. Girl who
The Pistons leading. And Detroit looking at who they've got. Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Marcus Morris is out there with Andre Drummond. And it's Harris in at the 3 spot. And the wide open shot from Morris. But they'll get another chance. Shoots the 3. Harris misses. Minnesota shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. Here's Wiggins. And there's the call on Tobias Harris. That'll be his second foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Levine kicks to Garnett. The Timberwolves working the ball around. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
That's a brain freeze right there from the entire defense. Now is not the time to lose your focus.
On the free throw, no good. Detroit's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Jackson dishes to Caldwell Pope. Garnett against Morris. Down low, Harris. And he banks in the layup. And the Pistons lead by 1. I think, Clark, we can expect a dramatic end to this one.
Well, 8 lead changes would have you thinking that would be the case.
Yeah, no quit by either side, guys. Neither team willing to give any ground.
Now here's Garnett in the corner. It's Wiggins. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's foul number 2 for him. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. And stolen by Drummond.
And thought that pass was going to get through, but no. All of a sudden, he was going the other way with the basketball. Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Here's Levine. And there's the goal on Karl Anthony Towns. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Here's Jackson. Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Okay, fans, put your hands together for your Timberwolves dancers.
I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Stan Van Gundy said to the team. He's looking for whatever they have left in the tank. He said, I know it's been a hard-fought game, but now's not the time to leave anything in reserve. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I expect you to be going all out, full speed. Guys?
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Excellent communication on the inbound play there, guys. He got in a good position, and the pass was as it needed to be, on time and on target.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Pistons.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
For Detroit, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Morris with a screen on Rubio. Jackson passes to Morris. Drummond sets the screen for Morris. Teardrop shot, and so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Marcus Morris is nicknamed Mook. He has a twin brother, older by 7 minutes, named Markeith. Both brothers played at Kansas, drafted 13th and 14th in the same year. Eventually played for the same pro team. That is joined at the hip.
The first free throw is good. And looking at the Morris brothers' careers through last season, the one area they haven't been joined at the hip in is in performance. Markeith has shown steady improvement over his first 4 years. Marcus Morris has had a very up and down start to his career.
And you know, Kevin, Marcus has talent. He has versatility. He just hasn't found his role. It's time for him to step out of his brother's shadow and really establish who he is as a player.
Timberwolves trail by 3. Rubio outside. Here's Towns, and a strong finish with 2 hands.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
And Detroit has possession, following the bucket by the Timberwolves. And there's Drummond. That's good on the assist by Jackson. 19 points here for Drummond.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
And Rubio kicks to Garnett. On the wing, Wiggins. Back to Garnett. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Really good example there of some fine interior passing before that basket.
Down low, here's Drummond. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Drummond's got 21 in the game. For Minnesota, they've gone an outstanding 4 or 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Wiggins dishes to Garnett. A rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Make it 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was ultra safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And guys, as he should be, remove all doubt on that attack.
Here's Jackson after the basket by Minnesota. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Harris. Garnett with the block. And Rubio kicks to Wiggins to take the lead. The shot no good. Good work defensively by Morris. The Pistons leading. Jackson with it. Guarded now by Rubio. There's a screen. Jackson kicks to Harris. Back to Jackson from outside the arc. Rebound Minnesota. Towns has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's Garnett. And that misses. That would have put him up.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Makes the first. Adrian Payne's checked in for Minnesota. Caldwell Pope drops them both. Timberwolves trail by 3. Rubio outside. Towns, the pass to Rubio. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Detroit's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. And shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. The Timberwolves have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. And Payne screws it in.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Now here's Jackson. Now the pass to Drummond. Harris outside. Shot clock at 6. Here's Morris. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Here's Levine. Here's Towns. A stupendous finish in traffic. Towns has got 6 here in this quarter.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive. And it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Now here's Jackson. Here's Morris. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 9 assists now tonight. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Yeah, and actually still too close to call. I mean, this one is tight.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
You know, looking around, he knew one of his teammates was going to be open when they hit him with that double team, and he took advantage.
The Pistons trailing. Dishes it to Drummond. Rebound, Minnesota.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
Well, it didn't take long for us to see just how explosive Andrew Wiggins can be in the air. I mean, had a handful of huge dunks throughout the course of the season. He's going to make a lot of posters during his NBA career.
Well, Greg, you're right. It's clear to see with Wiggins. He is already fearless with his dunks. Clark, he'll go right at any big man with impunity and finish over him.
Yeah, and I think people knew he was a special dunker, but they didn't know how aggressive he would be in attacking the basket. That's where he surprised folks.
And he ends up missing both free throws. Drummond, a bit of a disappointing season last year. Not so much in play, but people wanted to see a bigger leap from him. Now, his numbers are still pretty jaw-dropping, but I think he's got so much there to give.
He has a lot of potential, Kevin. And listen, I don't think his play was bad. He just had such huge expectations to live up to. I mean, player development is not a straight line, and it would have been very hard to have him take another huge leap forward. Sometimes you have that sophomore jinx, and I'm expecting a big year from him this season.
Now, here's Rubio. Levine, the rebound by Caldwell Pope. Smith outside. It's Drummond with the drive. Hands the 12-footer. Drummond's got 15 points here in the second half.
You know, for Drummond last season, his numbers were relatively the same. The expectations placed on him were so hard for him to live up to. Maybe now those will be tempered a bit and he'll play better.
Here's Levine up off the screen, and it's Wiggins with the jam.
And ran his man straight into the screen and got a clear path to the bucket.
That is how it is done.
Excellent team play there on the pick, and then he rips it down.
Now here's Drummond, and the rejection by Jang. And now the Timberwolves on the break. And the basket by Rubio. And now a 3-point Timberwolves lead.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Here's Drummond. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And another thought on Drummond, a lot more was expected of him last year. and he saw more attention. Even though his numbers were close to the same, I really felt his impact on the floor was not.
Drummond having a terrific game. 14 rebounds and 2 steals. He's piling up the rejection to go along with the tremendous work he's done on the glass.
It's been about the paint and the way he's been able to control it all game long.
No good on the second free throw.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
A pull-up and the rejection by Jang. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Jang. On the wing, Harris. Covered by Wiggins. Harris against Wiggins. 6 to shoot. Caldwell Pope. And he gets it to go. Caldwell Pope's got it all tied up now for Detroit.
He had one in the first as well. He can be dangerous. Keep an eye on him.
Rubio outside. Jang a screen. Wiggins against Harris. Rubio dishes to Towns. Inside. Here's Wiggins. Here's Dang. Know what? Some solid defense from Harris. Detroit's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Drummond. Rubio with the rebound. Rubio's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. On the wing, Wiggins. Jang a screen. Kicks it out to Wiggins. A second chance effort, and Dang gets it to go.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Morris, no good. Minnesota in the lead. Rubio outside. He kicks to Wiggins. Rebound, Detroit. Caldwell Pope's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
No other way to put it. Just a rough quarter in terms of scoring. He has not been healthy at all.
And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Ish Smith.
They're committing an awful lot of fouls, and most of them are unproductive. You don't want to let guys get easy layups. I understand that. But this could turn into a parade to the foul line.
Minnesota calls timeout.
Okay, fans, put your hands together for your Timberwolves dancers.
There's the pick. Harris on the double team. And Rubio kicks to Towns. And he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
Boy, how about the physical play by Rubio to set that shot up with the screen?
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're trailing by 4. 1:56 left in the game.
Yeah, they were getting windy. Good call here to give them a quick breather.
1:56 left in the fourth. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket. Caldwell Pope's got 24.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Wiggins passes to Rubio. He's looking for Wiggins and finds him. Pass to Levine with a three. But they get it down. Rubio left side. Wiggins outside. Now the dish to Towns.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
Well, they just can't seem to get it right from the line here. Yet they're still on top. That poor free throw shooting could come back to haunt them.
Kicks it to Caldwell Pope. And it's Harris off the drive. Drummond dishes to Jackson. Drummond with a screen on Rubio. And Harris wide open. He shoots. A three-pointer, no good.
And offensively, he has been a liability more than he's helped this quarter.
Wiggins kicks to Rubio. It's in!
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're behind by 5. 51 seconds left in the fourth quarter. .51 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Jackson kicks to Drummond.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
Here's Wiggins. Clark, they'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see some long possessions out of them going forward.
There's Levine. Can't get it to go. And Detroit the other way now. A lot is on the line here.
Well, how about the intensity and focus of the crowd here?
So loud in this place.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Shooting for Minnesota, Andrew Wiggins. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And a tough break as his second attempt at the line, no good. Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're down by 4. 23 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, what do you think?
You know, and not only do you want to draw up a score here, but it's got to be a quick one.
Yeah, it has to be quick. They've got to convert, and then there has to be an immediate foul.
Well, it's urgent time right now. This is when they got to come up big.
Yeah, you got to get points here. I mean, there's no way you can get around it. You've got to be able to get baskets here in a short period of time.
No, that's the shot of the game.
Well, he was fearless enough to get it up and down, and it paid off for him.
They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, you got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
At the line number 2.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he is unable to get the second one.
And a chance here to send it to overtime.
Got to see the 3 and be the 3 if that's going to happen.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
Taking 2 shots.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he ends up missing both free throws.
You know, I don't believe in the word choke, but to come away empty right there is brutal. This game would have been over.
And so it's the Timberwolves who come out on top here. That was a fun night of basketball. Fabulous finish as Clark continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal.
Yep, and it might not be the way a coach would have drawn it up or wanted it to end, but these fans love it.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Ricky, what was working tonight for the team's offense?
Yeah, we started the game very slow. We can't start like that. But after that, we just get shots and we make the shots. And we make the shots, we're a good team.
No doubt about that, Ricky. Thanks for the time. Guys?
Doris, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Many thanks, Kevin. And now a chance to check out some of the tremendous play tonight from our Jordan player of the game. He had just an outstanding fourth quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
They were riding a 2-game losing streak coming to this game and could not afford to drop 3 in a row. He rose to the occasion for them tonight, big time. They needed this sort of performance for him. He took his game up a few notches. Love it, Ernie.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.